This weekend, I traveled to Boston, Massachusetts, and met the one and only Hayden Christensen, aka Darth Vader, and Anakin Skywalker. It was such an incredible time, and I can't wait to tell you guys all about how it happened. Before we get started, at 500 subs, I'm giving away the prequel comic for Spider-Man 2, so if you want to win this, all you gotta do is get us to 500 subs, and I'm giving it away. And we're already at 475, guys. We are so close. Anyways, let's get into how I met not only Hayden Christensen, but a ton of other amazing people. So this weekend I went to Boston to visit one of my best friends, and we spent the whole day on Friday exploring the city, and I had an amazing time. I even went to the death slide that's super famous right now. I didn't go down it, but I did take a picture with it. I had some amazing food, I had a great time, but on Saturday it was game time. We both had tickets to go to the Fan Expo in Boston. This expo had so many celebrity guests that I was just dying to meet, and at this event I met 4 of them. First, I met Matt Lanter, the voice of Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars The Clone Wars. Matt Lanter has been in many different things, but I know him best for his voice as Anakin in the show. I brought my Clone Wars Season 7 poster and I got him to sign it. He was a great guy. We actually got to that line very quick because we actually wanted to go to Hayden Christensen's line first. But unfortunately, his plane was delayed and he couldn't get there until 4:30 p.m. So of course, as soon as we got in, we ran to get into his line, but then we were all kicked out because he had a flight delay and wasn't going to be there in time. This got me really worried, but it also got me excited because I was able to go meet the other people first in the meantime. So we met Matt Lanter. He was fantastic, and after that, I went to wait in Ashley Eckstien's line. Now, Ashley is the voice of Ahsoka Tano and really is the person who helped create this character and bring her to life. Her line was extremely long, and I was wondering what was taking so long, and it's because, well, she's just such a genuine person. She spent roughly 5 minutes with almost every single person in the line, and she really cares a lot about her fans and her character. After waiting in her line for a while, it was finally time to meet her, and she was an absolute delight. We talked to her about how Clone Wars was essentially our childhood growing up, and hearing her voice was just kind of crazy because, well, that was Ahsoka's voice. You can tell she loves her character so much, and she told us that this was her favorite thing that she gets to do, to connect with fans, to talk to people who can relate to her character. Ahsoka and Anakin are my 2 favorite Star Wars characters, and to get to meet both of them, voice actors and live action, in the same day was awesome. I also had her sign my Clone Wars poster, so now I had 2 out of the 3 Clone Wars voice actors that I was really looking to get. She talked to us for a good 3 to 5 minutes and just really was talking to us like she knew us. It was such a great time meeting her, and if you ever get the opportunity to meet Ashley, go for it because it won't be time wasted. She was just incredible, and Matt Lanter as well. But that brings me to my next person, James Arnold Taylor. Now, James Arnold Taylor, you know his voice from so many different things. Of course, I was there because he voices Obi-Wan Kenobi in Clone Wars, but he also voices so many different characters from my childhood. Johnny Test, Spider-Man from the animated series and some of the games, several of the Ben 10 characters. Look up James Arnold Taylor's voice roles and you will be shocked at how many voices he actually does. We were talking to him about the many different voices, and he kept switching back and forth between all of his different characters. It was so surreal. He even voiced Harry Osborn in the Spectacular Spider-Man series, and he told us that when he met Stan Lee, he's met him multiple times, but when he met him, he told him that the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series was his favorite animated project. And I think he said it was one of the best Spider-Man projects. So that was really cool, and he was also just an absolute delight to meet. So after that, I had all 3 signatures on my Clone Wars poster, and I was so happy, and now it was time to get in line for the big guns. Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker, was at this event and I got to meet him. Now, his line was absolutely insane. I said earlier how his flight got delayed, but I couldn't even tell you how insane it was. They split people up who had autograph tickets into multiple different sections, and they actually all sold out. In fact, I believe they oversold the event because he had to have been staying there from the time he arrived at 4 o'clock till at least 9 p.m. minimum. I brought my Revenge of the Sith poster for him to sign, and after 3 hours of waiting in line, we finally got to the front. It was so awesome because not only was his flight delayed, but I heard there were things going on in his personal life, but he still showed up. He really cares about his fans, and we're the generation who grew up with the prequels, so we absolutely love those movies, and when they first came out, they weren't necessarily loved, but now the people that they were made for have grown up and can appreciate them and can tell him how much we appreciated them. Revenge of the Sith was my first movie that I ever saw saw in a movie theater, so this whole experience was just so surreal. He is my favorite character in fiction, and to meet the actor who portrayed this wonderful character was a dream come true. When I finally got to meet him, I told him how this was the first movie experience that I had in a theater and how much it meant to me. He had a big smile on his face, and he actually reached out and shook my hand and thanked me. Of course, I thanked him so much for spending his time going out of his way to meet all of the fans, and he was just a very chill and relaxed guy. Now, I only got to talk to him for roughly 45 seconds to a minute, but it was so worth it, and he was so nice. Now, with how everything played out and how he was late to the party and kind of had to stay later, they were sort of rushing us along, but he still took his time and was super welcoming to everybody. With that being said, the strike is going on, so I couldn't really sort of ask any sort of questions about his appearance in Ahsoka, but guys, just wait. He's in it, I promise. After I met Hayden Christensen, we were so exhausted, the day was almost over. It was fantastic, but I actually ran into Coy Jandreau from the Reel Rejects and New Rockstars on my way out. I actually ran into him earlier when I was waiting to get Ashley's signature, and I took a picture with him. But after I got Hayden's signature and we were about to leave, I found his booth and we got to chat. And guys, he was just so cool. You see him in all of these videos on New Rockstars and Reel Rejects, and then you meet him in person, he's like the same guy. We talked for like 5 to 10 minutes just about growing on YouTube, because look, I'm a small channel, he is a big deal, and it was just so nice to have someone so personable give me tips and talk to me about building your passion and building a career. He also gave me some really cool insight about the strike and everything going on, and I'm not going to share those details because I'm not sure if they're supposed to be, but he talked to me and my friend as if he knew us. Coy, it was such a great time meeting you. If you watch this video, probably not, but look, you were awesome. If you ever get a chance to meet him, please do. There were also so many different other celebrities here, but I didn't have time to meet them all. We had the cast of The Office, we had Danny Trejo from the Book of Boba Fett, and of course many other projects. The actress who portrayed young Leia in Obi-Wan Kenobi was also there, and I did get to see her, as well as many other different celebrities which I wish I just had the time to meet, but I was only there for one day. This is only the second convention I've ever been to. And if you guys want to see a video on how I met Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin, and Daredevil, I'll leave the link in the video at the end of this one. Seeing Hayden and seeing all of these Star Wars actors be just genuine people, and you realize, yes, they are larger than life, but when you actually get to meet them and talk to them, they're just like you and me. It just changes everything and is a super humble experience and a really great thing to look back on. Again, guys, we are getting so close to 500 subscribers, so if you could hit that button on the way out, it would mean so much to me, and I will see you all very soon.